Good morning. It's 10 a.m. on the 13th of December. In Tbilisi, we're preparing for the 2008 Youth Forum that will open in this luxurious hotel. The forum was jointly organised by the Youth Department of the Tbilisi municipality and a coalition of Georgian-based youth organisations. The premises of this large-scale hotel was chosen in response to the most large-scale take-up so far for this meeting, which would be held in a professional environment to encourage serious steps. All in all, 55 youth organisations throughout Georgia registered their attendance on the morning of 13th of December, and the conference officially commenced. Due to the lack of a pre-existing distinct youth policy for Georgia, the idea for this forum developed very slowly. At the opening, after meeting with the other delegates present, the EU Special Representative in the Caucasus, Per Eklund, took the platform.
First of all, on youth policy, it is important, of course, to develop a youth policy, to involve youth in political and social lives, and also to help youth to feel a part of society, be able to influence the development of society. And therefore, this is not something that happens just like this. It must be based on a policy realizing that youth participation in society life is extremely important. That this is a power, this is a force in society that should be used in a positive sense to further develop democracy, freedom of media, and to help youth to feel a part of that they have a voice and someone listens to them. That is for me the key for development. This forum is a way of exposing youth to a way of working and a way of networking and of exchanging ideas. And by being exposed, you develop more and more experience. Georgia is going through a very interesting and very important process at the moment, and we are doing it utmost to support this positive process of strengthening democracy, strengthening freedom of media, strengthening the rule of law. But also, this process will take time. But I'm optimistic.
This is the second forum for the motivated youth. Georgia's first youth forum was held a year ago on the premises of Ivani Javakashvili's Tbilisi State University, but on a much smaller scale. Now we're entering the conference hall where the forum is being held, so we'll have to keep a little bit quiet and try to record the participants to find out what they think about the forum. Why did you come to this forum, and are you enjoying it? Hopefully I will get to know new organisations, gather information about them, and find out about the projects and possibilities in international organisations. This year, the forum was fully financed by the Youth Department of the municipality. These 2 days have underlined how important the partnership between the governmental and non-governmental sectors is and how well it can work in Georgia. The fact that the non-governmental organisations carried out these projects in cooperation with the state structure, Tbilisi municipality, is very important. I'm convinced that this can be the beginning of the development of youth sphere. It's high time we join these forces and consolidate them in this sphere. We believe it's crucial that the state pays enough attention to the problems existing in the youth sphere. Lots of matters need to be decided upon. We believe that young people are that critical axis of the country that should lead its development and represent it in the European space, as well as in all other important aspects that are necessary for its development. And represent it in the European space, as well as in all other important aspects that are necessary for its development.
So when I came here this morning, I was saying that I'm pretty surprised that so many young Georgians are out of their bed at 10 o'clock and attending this meeting. And in fact, I think this is really something extraordinary because it shows how much the youth is involved and how much the youth is interested in shaping their own future. And I think that is one of the cornerstones on which Georgia can build for its future, because with such an active youth, you have very, very, very good prospects.
The first day culminated with the participant organisations holding presentations and defining their priorities for the assembled delegates. Some distinct steps in the formation of a direction of youth policy have been taken. One of the first of these is concrete legislative initiative. Work on the legislation on youth is already underway in Parliament. The situation seems a bit absurd in several respects. We have youth departments, a committee, but there is no refined, clear-cut legislation on youth that would define what exactly is meant under this term. This legislation is very important for the filling the existing gap. The priority should be to draft a legislative policy on youth. You'll probably know that this is the usual practice in lots of countries and is being implemented successfully. When drafting this legislation for the Georgian reality, Georgian specifics should be taken into consideration. I strongly hope that in cooperation with the youth organisations of Georgia and experts arriving here from abroad, we should be able to put a decent proposal to parliamentary hearing by the spring session in 2009. Along with the representatives from the local government and non-governmental sector, the European Commission expert in youth affairs, Catherine Heidi, was also present.
What the Council of Europe is doing is not only on a European level to suggest policies to work with governments, but also then to see on a national level in how far we can, through research methods and policies on a national level, find out what you are doing and then help you develop new youth policies. What we can also do, not only on a European level, but working with NGOs and young people, if you look at the European Youth Foundation, we can support programs and projects presented by youth NGOs, also in Georgia, to work on topics that interest you and to support conferences and programs that are proposed by youth NGOs in Georgia. I very much hope we can support you in fulfilling your wishes and dreams, or we can take a small step with you to help you fulfill these dreams.
Today's forum is extremely important. Firstly, as the Tbilisi municipality is supporting us from the financial side. Also, it is a product of cooperation. Consequently, this is the perfect example of how non-governmental organisations and state structures can cooperate to host activities like this. The topics of the working groups of participants who attended the forum were unemployment, civil activity, volunteering, taking part in events happening around the country, and creating youth information centres.
I believe that it's really good to use this opportunity and to develop youth exchanges, trainings and seminars with other youth organizations, and also to develop European voluntary service. And I believe that Georgian government will pay more and more attention to this issue, and I see also changes as we had during the forum. City Hall created youth department, also Parliament is working on new law on youth, so I believe that there are a lot of efforts to create new Georgian youth policy which could be efficient and will be helpful for Georgian youngsters.
This forum has been extremely productive. In my opinion, it should be held not only once or twice a year, but much more often. It's very optimistic the non-governmental organisations and student self-governance bases show this much activity. I'm very glad, which I also mentioned in my speech, that a lot of representatives in the regions are also present at this forum. The organisers left the forum full of new ideas, objectives, new contacts and big plans to meet up again next year. This forum counts up to 100 youth and 60 youth organisations, and it is one of the simplest mechanisms for information dissemination. We will achieve much more by working together, cooperating with one another. Once again, I would like to thank everyone. Surely the biggest thank you goes to you who took part in the forum. If we have achieved something, it was because of you taking part in it. And now we can announce the forum officially closed.